Hey guys, and welcome to my long-awaited guide for Frost Dragons in RuneScape 3. So hope you enjoy, and let's get right into it. So before we get into the guide, here's the stats that you need to know for Frost Dragons and all that stuff. Their weakness is stab, so if you have a stab weapon, it is preferred. And as you can see, the XP per kill is actually pretty good, 1400, and you kill them pretty fast. So, and those are the charm rates too, 43% for green. They are very common. So if you need green charms, this is a good monster to kill. And it is around a constant 3.5 mil an hour and 300k XP per hour if you have ideal stats. But just drop it down a little bit if you have lower stats. Like for example, if you have a tortoise instead of a yak, expect around 2.5 mil an hour to 3 mil an hour depending on how fast you can bank and all that. So now let's go into the recommendations for stats and other things. There really is no requirements other than 85 dungeoneering, but you need some type of stats like 92 plus prayer is very useful. And if you have 95, turmoil is really nice too, but if you only have piety, then just use piety. 85 herb lore is very useful because then you have super anafires, which really help, but I will explain later if you don't have that. Another thing is 67 plus summoning. I would not go here if you do not have a tortoise. That is why I have 67 plus, but if you have a yak, which is 96 summoning, that is even better. The last recommendation is just to have high combat. I know it sounds really simple, but yeah, really high combat really helps here. I'd say probably 80 plus melee stats and probably 80 to 85 plus range stats. So now let's go into the gear section of the guide. So at Frost Dragons, you can either do melee or range, which is pretty efficient either way. Mage is really not recommended. So I'm going to explain melee here quick. On screen, you can see all of the gear that you can choose or whatever. I did start from the highest to the lowest. I skipped all the things that are like, obviously you can use like Malevolent Armor, which is the strongest melee armor, or you can obviously use a Completionist Cape or something like that. But if you don't have like the lowest tier of that I put, just feel free to downgrade to whatever. And also on the armor, instead of barrows, I've heard War Priest armor from the world events is actually very good here. So pick your poison and gear up the best way you can for melee. So for the melee inventory, it is not that different from range. Feel free to downgrade any of the potions or anything, but usually that ratio of everything works very good here. And the ability bar, just copy what I have. And if you don't like a certain ability, change it for something else. It's really up to you, but that setup works out really good. And make sure you have Berserk on the bar no matter what. It's very good here. And for optional things, you can put summoning potions in the empty slots that I have in my inventory. I don't use them. I just feel like they're a waste, but they do increase the money per hour a little bit. I just think it's a little too much work to use them. And a Charming Imp is also very useful. It just cleans the drops and automatically brings the charms in your inventory. And honestly, it's just good for convenience. So yeah, work your inventory any way you want, and then you're ready. Alright, now for range, it's pretty similar to melee. Do whatever you want with this, and downgrade if needed. And again, for the range inventory, it is very similar, and only thing that changes is the ability bar. So copy that down, make your changes, and then you're ready. So now we're actually going to go into killing them. So I'll meet you guys there. Alright, I'm at the Port Sarum Lodestone. I honestly think this is the best way to get here. You can also use the Mud Skipper ferry ring to get here, but I just prefer this because it's really easy and you don't have to go to a ferry ring. So I'm going to run there and just speed it up. Along the way, you can also restore your prayer at that altar. Alright, now we're here. So go into the mysterious entrance because it's so mysterious. And now you get to pick sides. I usually like this side because it's usually less crowded, but it looks like there's people. So I am going to go to the eastern side and make sure you pot. Okay, there's someone over there too. That's fun. Alright, I'm going to pot up. I turn on my prayers and I'm ready to fight. So honestly, you just fight them normally. And look at that. Festive Cracker, first kill. That is amazing. Alright, so this is why a yak is really good if you don't even know what a yak does. It just banks stuff for you. Look at that. Such easy. Wow. Many bank. I usually just collect the normal drops too because it really adds up. I mean, it really doesn't matter how you do it, but yeah. So yeah, this is really all you do. And sometimes it's really good to time it. Like, see, I have 3 dragons, so I put on Berserk, and now I'm Berserk, so I kill them super fast. And let's see how fast I actually can kill them. You might be hearing my keys. It's just super loud anyway. So yeah, having Berserk is very useful here. Like, see, I just killed 3 really quickly. And I don't want to waste my Berserk, but they're all gone, so Make sure to fill your Beast of Burden whenever. And another thing is when you're fighting these guys and you take too long to kill it, sometimes it gets a blue orb around it, and that's when you just don't attack them. I hope I can find an example soon. Alright, see, there's the blue orb around him. If you attack him, it will deflect all damage back onto you. So if you're like AFKing this, you might be screwed. So make sure you pay attention, and it usually takes 2 or 3 rotations of Foley going around, and then you should be able to attack him again. So that's all you really needed to know about Frost Dragons. So hopefully you enjoyed the guide, and I will have more PVM guides out soon in this format. Tell me how you thought about the editing. I did spend a lot of time editing those first little clips. And maybe say some feedback of anything I can improve on. And other than that, I hope you guys enjoy doing Frost Dragons, making that bank, and I will see you guys in the next video.